Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another edition of the top 10 best PC game deals of the week. Although this hasn't been a weekly series in a very long time, I'll try to get back to doing it pretty regularly because there have been some pretty good deals here and there, just haven't made a video covering them. So without further ado, let's get right into it. And starting things off, there was a new Humble monthly release today. The unlocks for last month also came out. The new monthly is pretty good. If you drop $12 now, the early unlocks are Warhammer Vermintide 2 Collector's Edition, which is without a doubt the highlight of the bundle. That's a great game. You get Cultist Simulator and Earth Defense Force 4.1. That's a great third-person shooter as well. I feel like with this bundle, a lot of people aren't going to be that invigorated by it just because it doesn't have that one marquee game that really gets people to buy it. But I think Warhammer Vermintide 2 is a great game. EDF 4.1 with a bunch of DLC is also great. Cultist Simulator I'm not all too familiar with, but you get that as well. Just for Warhammer Vermintide 2, $12 for that is great. But then you get EDF 4.1 Cultist Simulator and the rest of the bundle unlocking on March 1st. I think it's a rather good buy. The rest of the bundle will be unlocking on March 1st. So for $12 to get all of that, I think it's quite good. Of course, I am partnered with Humble, so if you guys use my link and pick it up, I do get a little bit of a back end, so I definitely appreciate that. Moving on from that, Fanatical has also got some great deals right now. Specifically, Shenmue 1 and 2 is down to $18. With Shenmue 3 on the horizon, it'll be released on August 27th. Now is a great time to go back and play through Shenmue 1 and 2, which, to be frank, are pretty dated experiences. These games came out back on the Dreamcast, and Shenmue 2 was released on the original Xbox. But one of the things Shenmue had going for it at the time of its release was it was a technical masterclass. Back in the day, this game looked incredible, but now in 2019, yeah, Shenmue does show its age a little bit, but it still has a great story, and if you're interested in Shenmue as a franchise, to get 1 and 2 for $18 over at Fanatical, that's a pretty good buy. Also, Fanatical has got the great Star Wars Unleashed bundle. It is 88% off for $6.99. This includes Star Wars The Force Unleashed, the Ultimate Sith edition of that, and that game is really good. I think that's one of the more underrated Star Wars games. Not only that, you get Star Wars Jedi Knight Jedi Academy, Star Wars Jedi Knight 2 Jedi Outcast, and then you get both of the Old Republic games. You get Knights of the Old Republic 1 and Knights of the Old Republic 2, The Sith Lords. KOTOR 1 for some people does have some issues on PC, but for me, it worked fine. I played through the entirety of that on my Windows 10 platform. Great game. Obviously, visually doesn't hold up compared to some of the more recent RPGs, but still, fundamentally a great game done by BioWare. And from everything I've heard, KOTOR 2 works pretty well for everyone's PC. KOTOR 1, again, you'll need a little bit work, but $7 to get Force Unleashed, Jedi Knight, Jedi Academy, Jedi Knight 2, and both KOTOR titles, obviously that's a no-brainer. And the last deal available on Fanatical that I do want to give a shout to is Valkyria Chronicles 4. This is getting a significant discount, 55% off, down to $26.99. I've talked about this game a little bit on my channel. It is a fantastic JRPG that is a lot more of the same of the original Valkyria Chronicles. However, that's definitely not a bad thing. The first Valkyria Chronicles was a great game, and this generally retains all of those fundamentals while adding a new class. What you get is great storytelling, a great cast of characters, and the gameplay is as great as ever. So if you're interested in Valkyria Chronicles, $27 for that is quite good. Moving on to some deals over at Green Man Gaming, they have got Rage on sale, 87% off for $1.29. Now, Rage is a game that did have some issues on PC, but not too difficult to fix. I played through this game as well pretty recently. And of course, Rage 2 is on the horizon. That looks to be a game that's going to be exclusive to Bethesda's platform, so a little bit of a disappointment. But Rage 2 is shaping up pretty nicely, and if you want to see where the roots come from, checking out the first Rage isn't a bad idea. Honestly, this wasn't one of those Bethesda IPs that I ever thought that Bethesda was going to go back to and release a sequel on. It was released all the way back in 2011, so 8 years later for them to release a sequel, it's not like this was even received that well. I like the game, but yeah, it was just a little bit surprising, but now that you can get it for $1.29, why not? Check it out. Also, Green Man Gaming has got Vampire 50% off, down to $25. I was a big fan of this game, one of my surprising hits of 2018. Honestly, going into the release of this game, I thought it was going to be a complete train wreck, but then I actually played it. And Don't Nod Entertainment, the guys behind Life is Strange, did a really good job with the game. Now, with it being a Don't Nod Entertainment game, obviously you would expect the storytelling to be on point, and it is. I would say that's the stronger element of the game. The voice acting is great, the storytelling is really good. The gameplay side of things, not quite as strong. However, they did just release a new update, adding 2 new gameplay difficulty options in easy mode, which puts a lesser emphasis on gameplay, and if for whatever reason you want an even more difficult game, they do have the hard option, so you can really gear this experience to how you want to play it. I think it's a worthwhile game to try out. out. Yes, I would like to see it a little bit cheaper. If you can find it for under $20, it'd be great, but still $25. You're getting a 12 to 16 hour game here, so I would give it a recommendation if you want to do all the side content as well. That's going to make your experience quite a bit longer. Also, I do want to give a shout out to the fact that Green Man Gaming has Resident Evil 2, the standard edition, 21% off for $47.39. I do believe if you're a VIP member, you'll get it for like $45. Resident Evil 2 is being received insanely well across the board. Right now on Metacritic, it has like a 91 or 92. The PC version is tremendous. While I haven't completed it yet, so far what I've played has been excellent. I was sold on this game after the one-shot demo. I thought that was excellent, and the main game, there's a lot more to like. Of course, you have two different scenarios with Leon and Claire, and it's not the most content-filled experience in the world. However, sometimes it's quality over quantity, and that's what Resident Evil 2 really gets right. It's not like it's a 2-hour game either. Although, if you have played Resident Evil 2 in the past and you know all the layouts and all of the specifics, yeah, you can complete it rather quickly. But if you're going into it fresh, wanting to enjoy a Resident Evil title, RE2 is definitely worth a buy. Easily can recommend it at $60, but with a little bit of a discount at GMG, that's even better. And lastly, we've got a couple of great deals coming directly from Steam. First of all, Mafia II is 75% off for $7.49. I absolutely love this game. I think this is the best game in the Mafia franchise, and this game was the reason why I was so excited for Mafia 3. This game isn't as open world as Mafia 3, however, I feel like Mafia 2 gets it right by being more of a contained experience. This is a game that's really reliant on its story and character development. Yes, the gameplay is great, but in Mafia 3, I feel like the open world actually detracted from the game. In Mafia 2, that really isn't the case. And obviously at this point in 2019, it's a super easy game to run, but I feel like Mafia 2 is a game that everyone should go back and play. I do believe Steam has the other Mafia games on sale as well. You can get the Mafia Triple Pack 77% off for $19.81, so that's something to look at if you want all of the games. Also, Steam has got arguably the best PC RPG of all time in Divinity Original Sin 2 Definitive Edition. It's 35% off for $29.24. Now, this is a game that I recently played, and honestly, would I say it's my favorite PC RPG of all time? No, but it is a tremendous one. And saying it's my favorite PC RPG of all time, that's saying a lot. Divinity Original Sin 2 is an excellent game. Now, the one thing I would note is that if you want to play both Original Sin and Original Sin 2, I probably would play Original Sin 1 first, even though Original Sin 2 is such a better game. The issue is, because Original Sin 2 is such a better game, to play this one first and go back to the first one, it's gonna be a little bit difficult when you experience the excellence of Original Sin 2. Still 35% off for $29.24. If you want to jump right into this one, it is a great game with so much replayability, whether you're playing it solo, whether you play it cooperatively. This game does a lot of stuff right. The turn-based combat is excellent, the story is great, and a lot of depth there as well. So for $29.24, an easy recommendation on that. And lastly, I do want to give a shout to Soul Calibur 6, which is 40% off for $36. There is some issues with this game. Inherently, a fighting game on PC is going to have some issues. There are only 650 people playing this game right now, so this isn't going to be a game where multiplayer is going to have a ton of longevity. That's why for fighting games, man, oh man, it would be so great if we had crossplay, because then just about every PC fighting game I could give an easy recommendation to. However, Soul Calibur 6 does have a lot of options with its character customization. Its single player isn't bad, so I can still give it a recommendation. It's just that if you do want a fighting game with a lot of longevity on its online multiplayer, you're not going to find that here. You're not going to find that with a lot of PC fighting games, which is really unfortunate. But still, there is a little bit of a community playing this game, so you do have that. And $36, it's a significant discount on the game, so I did want to give that a mention. And that's going to conclude this video, guys. Again, a lot of great deals right now from Humble Monthly, all of those deals on Fanatical. That Star Wars Unleashed bundle is really great. $7 for all of those great games. Can't go wrong with that. Rage for $1.29. Resident Evil 2 just came out and it's $47. That's a great deal. So a lot of good stuff for you guys to check out. Remember that links to all of these will be in the description box down below. And that's going to wrap up this video. If you guys have a request for a future video, you can leave that in the comment section down below, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.
Peace is a beautiful thing, but it's fragile. And once it's broken, it can never be made whole again.
Just say the word, boss. I'm locked.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.